On this episode of System Integrators Weekly, time is running out, so we're ramping up finding you deals on pre-built PCs you can get before Christmas. All that and more on this episode of System Integrators Weekly. Let's go, nerds! This episode of System Integrators Weekly is sponsored by CDKdeals.
CDKdeals is an online marketplace that specializes in discounted, genuine Microsoft licenses and game keys for several different platforms.
For the month of November, my viewers are getting the biggest discount of the year of 35% off with code BRAY25. That's Windows 10 Pro for only $13.60.
Let's get a Windows key. We'll opt for Windows 10 Pro for the enhanced security features. CDKdeals offers an OEM license for a fraction of the price of a retail key. The difference with an OEM key is that you can only use it on one system, but that should be all you need. You will need to make sure you either have Windows 10 Pro already installed or you perform a fresh installation, since OEM keys cannot be used to upgrade from Windows 10 Home if that's what you have installed currently. Here I use code BRAY25 to get 35% off. Now my copy of Windows is only $13.60. Pay with your method of choice, and once the payment goes through, click View Keys/Codes. Click Get the Key and copy it. Then just go to your Windows search, type in ACT, there it is. Click Activation Settings. My Windows install was already activated, so I'll be replacing that key, but yours should just say Activate Windows. Paste in the key, click Next, and activate, and you're done. Thank you, CDKdeals, for continuing to support the channel.
Hello everyone, I'm Bray Thorne. Welcome to System Integrators Weekly, where we know it is stressful right now because gifting season is bearing down upon us. Now, if you think though that you're stressed, imagine being Santa Claus right now. Getting that letter that says, "Oh, Santa Claus, I want a 3080 because my friend said I need one." And Santa Claus is just like, "Whoa, ho, ho, ho. We got another one, elves. Another kid who wants a 3080. Yeah, you and me both, Timmy. You and me both. It's not easy right now to get anything that you want because there are shortages on everything. But GPUs we can actually do something about because you can get them from pre-built system integrators, and that's what we do here. So give Santa Claus a break, and if you're trying to find a PC for yourself or for a loved one, this is how we do it, and I will show you how to get one that can get to you before Christmas, well before Christmas. There's a new preferred unit of measurement when it comes to measuring how close Christmas is, and that is SciDubs. And before you started watching this, there were 3 SciDubs until Christmas. That is, of course, the units are System Integrator Weekly videos every Sunday. So, by the way, don't forget to subscribe because every Sunday we're going to be continuing to be laser focused on stuff that you can get quickly, okay? But yes, now that you've started to watch this video, there are approximately 2.8 SciDubs remaining. Hopefully that brings things into perspective for you a little bit. You may have heard this elsewhere from different sources, from your friends, family, from TV, the internet, saying, hey, get your shopping done early. Don't save it for the last minute. And I'm sure at some point you may have thought to yourself, yes, that's what I'm going to do. This year, I'm doing it differently. Not like last year. Last year, I waited till the last minute, and the year before that also, I waited till the last minute, and the one before that. Not this time. So, because that kind of message can get lost in the noise, and time flies by very, very quickly, I'm going to try to deliver the message in a way that is a bit more impactful. Buy early this year. Don't wait until the last minute. The days will fly by, and you will regret it if you don't. Just get it all out of the way. Just get it done. A lot of products in the supply chain have been delayed, and that means that there are fewer things that you can get of those things that you want to get for those you want to give them to. So just get it out of the way. That's my public service announcement for this video. But as far as PCs are concerned, we're going to look at a lot of options that are going to help you find some things soon, so you can just get it, tuck it away, and that is done. Dunion rings, baby. You're good to go. All right. Now, before we get to that, though, a couple of disclaimers. First off, this was filmed for December 5th, 2021. And a lot of the stuff that you see here, these are going to sell out, kind of feeding into the thing I was just saying, okay? If you're looking for something that I talked about here and it's not there, well, I'm sorry, that's sort of how these things go. And that's just keep looking and also come back every Sunday. So now the next disclaimer is that I'm going to lay out some opinions for you. Mostly it's going to be facts and things you can see on the screen. I'm going to share a few opinions. That is sort of how things happen when I talk. And also when you talk. I don't know if you knew that, but sometimes when you talk, you let some opinions tumble out too. So pretty normal, and we might disagree. Totally fine if you disagree. Put those polite disagreements in the comments below, or join the Discord. The Discord link is in the video description as well. Great community, well over 1,000 people now, 1,150, 1,200 people, something like that. And we like to talk computers, and we disagree on some things, and that's fine. Or join a stream. I stream every Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday at 8 p.m. Central, and I help people one-on-one with getting their own pre-built or custom PCs of their dreams. So, I mean, you still pay for it. I don't pay for it or anything. I just help you pick out the right one and just spec it out and all that. Don't get the wrong idea. But it's still actually a really good time. It's a lot of fun, and you just hang out. You might actually, I mean, I talk about computers the whole time. You might pick up a few things or whatever, you know? Now, of course, we do the thing. For the first one, we look at iBUYPOWER, and iBUYPOWER has been a consistent source of same-day ready systems. Now, what's going on with the same-day ready systems right now is actually kind of weird. There are some deals that look like deals, but then there's deals that are more dealier than the other deals. So let's go ahead and deal with that. Right here, it's going to tell you that if you have a system, a ready system that's over $1,000, it is $50 off with code RDY. Okay, so keep that in mind. It's also 5% off for any system over $1,000 if it's a custom system using code HOLIDAYS. But we're mostly going to be focused here on ready systems because you want to have that guarantee that you're going to get it in time. First off, this one is kind of awesome. It's actually really awesome. This is the cheapest ready system with a 30 series GPU you will find anywhere. In fact, this is probably the cheapest system from a system integrator, not an OEM. Don't buy gaming PCs from OEMs that use proprietary parts that you can't replace. You can't put into another case because they don't fit in another case because they're meant for the case that it came in with its awful airflow and all that stuff. Don't do it. Don't get OEM. I know the prices are tempting. This is much better because you get an ATX motherboard, ATX power supply, all of the parts, the fans, 120mm fans can fit in any ATX case, all of that. So that's why this is better. And they also don't get proprietary GPUs with this. They get actual GPUs from add-in-board partners like, you know, your MSI or Gigabyte or EVGA, whatever. Now, the downside to most same-day ready systems is the airflow. They don't have very good airflow, but when you're looking at something that's a Ryzen 5 3600 and an RTX 3060, those are not exactly the hottest running components out there right now. So you may not actually need to pull off that front panel. It does have side venting on that front panel, but yes, a Ryzen 5 3600, great CPU. It can multitask, it can game, it can do all of that stuff. And that includes an RTX 3060. Plus, you get 16 gigs of RAM in dual channel, 2 8-gig sticks at 3200 megahertz, a 1TB M.2 drive, and liquid cooling. Although it is, you know, a 120mm all-in-one liquid cooler, that should be able to handle the Ryzen 5 3600. Yeah, fantastic deal. The one thing here is that you're going to want to pay attention to. This does not say Wi-Fi anywhere. So, without Wi-Fi, you need to have an Ethernet connection or get a Wi-Fi adapter. Okay, now before we get too deep into 12th gen stuff, keep in mind whenever you see a system like this that is a ready to ship system, there's no customization. You can't tell them, hey, I actually want a DDR5 spec motherboard and DDR5 memory, because what they've done here is they've gone DDR4, which is fine. DDR4 and DDR5 memory at this juncture are not that different in performance because DDR5 is still really new. It's not much faster. Wait, what? Notify me? No, what do you mean? I had this, I just saw this. That is how quickly things can sell out. Just as I was getting these windows up and ready to go, that was still available. It's not anymore. And this is only $50 in the other one. Now, I'm not sure about all this with the $2,500 original price, and it's $800 off down to $1,699. But look, this thing's gonna sell really fast because it has a 3060 Ti. 3060 Ti, GeForce RTX 3060 Ti is an awesome GPU. I've recommended it a million times. And it's faster than a 2080 Super from the previous generation, and it can do 1440p gaming. And this processor, 12700KF, if you're gonna give a gift to someone or to yourself, if you wanna do streaming, video editing, stuff like that, this thing can do that. You just have a few upgrades to make. You need to get more RAM, and guess what? It's super easy because this is a DDR4 platform, the DDR4 spec motherboard. So DDR4 memory is very cheap and readily available. So you do video editing, you need a lot of memory. Trust me. And then 1TB M.2, 240mm all-in-one liquid cooler. Yeah, same case, not much airflow. Yank off the front panel. It's honestly, it's really easy to do. Just do it carefully, but don't just pull hard and break plastic clips like NZXT might tell you to do. This is a fantastic deal. This next one here looks like it would be a good deal, right? It's a 11700KF and an RTX 3070. Compared to a 12700KF, no. Absolutely not. This thing is not as fast as a 12700KF. It was a huge improvement from 11th gen to 12th gen. Now, it can game, but 12th gen CPUs are way better as far as being a well-rounded processor. Instead of that for 2000, you can get this for 2000. 12700KF and a 3070 Ti, not a 3070. Why do these live together right next to each other, right? Well, if you do price low to high or whatever. Yeah, same price, $2,000. But instead, 12700KF and a 3070 Ti, not a 3070. And yes, $50 off of this, $1950, and then there you go. You're off to the races. Plus, this comes with DDR4 3600 megahertz, mega transfers per second, but megahertz as well. So it's faster memory as well. So this, I think, would be a decent jump up in value and price, because you're getting faster memory and you're going from a 3060 Ti to a 3070 Ti between these two systems for about $300. Now this one says it has a nice motherboard, Asus Prime Z690p D4, that's DDR4, with Wi-Fi. This tells you right there. It doesn't tell you up here in the product description. It says it in the actual motherboard spec. This one has a nice motherboard, right? But once you get under $2,000, usually you're gonna start looking at more exceptions made. So this one, no Wi-Fi, as far as this tells us. And it does have a 240mm all-in-one liquid cooler, which is quite nice, but also very necessary for 12700K or KF. And also, without good airflow, it's not really enough. You got to pull out that front panel. That's a very hot running CPU. So you get a low airflow case, but it's pretty. That's cool, I guess. And you get 600 watt power supply for a 3060 Ti. That is the minimum. That is the minimum that you would want, that NVIDIA recommends. They say it's 80 plus gold certified, but it's also generic and non-modular, meaning the modular power supply. You know, I had one right here. Actually didn't plan this. Modular power supplies mean that you actually don't have to have, that's why I should have planned it out. It means that the power cables are modular. You only connect the ones that you're going to use. It makes cable management a lot easier, and it also can mean better space management just space management in general inside your computer case. So this is Cuddles' stuff now for his build. I've told you guys plenty of times ways that you need to improve these if you feel like you want to get the most out of them. You can either pull the front panel off to get more airflow, or do a case migration into a high airflow case. On some of these, I've recommended, of course, getting faster memory, because Ryzen 5000 series processors like 3600 megahertz memory. There's a company that did all that. They made all of the improvements for only a little bit more. Now that was Alexander PCs. Alexander PCs is a smaller system integrator. There are smaller system integrators out there. I show you guys iBUYPOWER all the time. They're the largest system integrator like in the world. So, and I'm not talking about OEMs, Dell, HP, forget those guys. But Alexander PCs, they're a smaller outfit. They have more, there's passion in their builds. The Centurion is a system that was $1,798, still is, $1,798, and it is a 5600X, a 3060 Ti, And what they did was they went with 3600 megahertz memory, okay, 16 gigs, same amount as the other system that I would show before, but faster. The right speed for Ryzen 5000 series, okay? And you get a PCIe Gen 4 1 terabyte M.2 drive, so it's actually going to leverage the benefit of Gen 4 storage speeds. Plus, you get a great motherboard, which is the Asus TUF Gaming B550 Plus with Wi-Fi, and that's Wi-Fi 6. That is the current standard of Wi-Fi, not the old standard of Wi-Fi, like AC Wi-Fi or Wi-Fi 5 as they call it now. And then beyond that, the case. The case is the LandCool 215. Is a very high airflow case, okay? Gamers Nexus likes it. They called it if I'm not mistaken, in their case roundup for 2021, this was the top budget case right here. See those fans right there? That's 200 millimeter RGB intake fans. That's what those are. Now I had a complaint. About the system, and that was that they're using the stock AMD Wraith Stealth cooler that comes with the Ryzen 5 5600X. Now, I understand in normal usage that this thing is adequate, but there have been times where, I mean, if you're going to be doing hours of intense gaming, you will likely thermal throttle. The cool thing is, I got a response from them. They even commented on the video saying, hey, you know, we're a small system integrator. No one's covered us before. That's cool. So I actually spoke with them. Shout out TJ, how you doing? We just, actually it was really cool because we just talked for like a while because we're both computer nerds, right? But when it came down to it, they said, hey, we've got an idea. This is really cool. Okay, they said, he said, hey, what if we swap out that cooler and maybe do a couple little things, just little things. And we do a limited edition of, and call it the Braethorn Centurion. First off, do you know how long I've been doing this now? Like more than half a year. What, 30? This is the 35th episode and they're weekly. Do you know how many times I've made suggestions to system integrators, even ones where I can talk to directly? Do they make changes? No. Because it's a machine and it takes a long time to change the directions of something that has momentum, and they have certain inventories or whatever, it's hard for them to make changes. But he was just like, you know what? Why don't we try it out? Let's how about this? Bam. 10 systems, guys. There are gonna be 10 only limited edition Braethorn Edition Centurion PCs. And the change is going to be from the Wraith Stealth Cooler to one that you've probably seen talked about, spoken of quite highly on the YouTubes, which is the Vetru V5. It's still a very, very capable tower cooler, and they would just swap it out for that. And yes, 3060 Ti. And you know what? Yes, custom cable extensions in purple, because we do purple around here. I like purple. I do purple stuff. Like a lot of look at my shirt. And it's even going to come pre-programmed with the best color, which is Electric Indigo, which is a brand color here. And there's even going to be, and I haven't seen this yet, and we don't have a picture of this yet because this was decided yesterday, an etching on the side panel, on the glass panel. It's not going to be like this one where it's gigantic. It's going to be smaller, but still, it's just very subtle. And if you guys are into the channel and into what we do here, then click the link in the description below, because yes, there are only 10 of these. And that's it. They do take about 2.5 to 3 weeks to get a system out. So it would be cutting it very close for Christmas, and it may come just after Christmas, if that's what you're looking at it for a Christmas gift. If it's for yourself, and you're part of the Braethorn fam, you're part of the swarm, and this is something that you're just like, yes, please, I will take that, and just post it up in rigs and proudly show that you're behind this idea, you're with this idea of taking a PC and just optimizing everything, because literally that's what they're doing. Link is in the description below. and they're going to work on getting some pictures up of what it's going to look like, but they're not going to get the coolers in. They're ordering those in. Those are going to come in, but that's part of the process of getting them out to you guys. So go reserve yours. Only 10 in the world. I want to point out exactly how much it would cost to take one of those Ryzen 5 5600X and 3060 Ti same day ready systems and put these parts in it, okay? If you buy the RAM, and what they're going to be putting into this is going to be G.Skill Trident Z RGB memory, which is some of the coolest looking memory sticks on the market. I'm sorry for holding up yours, Cuddles, but this is Cuddles' memory now. But yes, the RGB in these is some of the coolest. Just be careful, Cuddles. Be careful putting these on the motherboard. They're very sharp. And that memory, the cheapest price is from, we're gonna blur that place out, but from Bad Egg right there, for $87.99. Okay, right there, $87.99. Remember, this is only $150 more than the Ready system that they don't have in stock right now, but they had in stock for a long time. And the Vetru V5 is only $30, but it performs super well and it's readily available as well. So you guys, if you want to make that change, you can, but I think those ones had a 120mm all-in-one liquid cooler. This was more of an improvement over the specs on the Alexander PC. Now, if we were to go with a PCIe Gen 4 drive, remember, there's some of these things, these are out of stock. I still went with the lowest price just for comparison, but the one that's in stock is $153. And of course, the case. If you were to get this case for my case migration, it is about $105. Normally, it is cheaper than that. Cases are increased in price because shipping them to the US is not easy. So with all this stuff combined, it's $346.98 to make that upgrade. $346.98. And you're getting all those upgrades for $150. Plus it's custom built. And they have a limited lifetime warranty. There you have it. Now, of course, we are going to give a shot to CyberPowerPC for their quick shipping systems as well. And they've got a few great options here, actually. So looking at this one first, $22.99. So this one is a 12700K processor, 12th gen Intel, also on a DDR4 Z690 motherboard with not the fastest DDR4 memory. It's 16 gigs of DDR4, 3000 megahertz. You're gonna wanna go to 3200 or 3600 for this, and an RTX 3070. So great combo there, $22.99, ready to ship. I have my doubts about the case, but it's not the worst I've seen. It's got double intake venting on the front. That should do it for somewhat. 1 terabyte and M.2 drive, of course, Gen 3, even though this is all Gen 4 capable. And a Wi-Fi card has been added in because the motherboard did not have it. It is AC Wi-Fi, so it is a previous standard, not Wi-Fi 6. Now the next one is same case, similar system, but it's a 12600K. With a 3060 Ti, and this one's $18.99. If this one's run out, and if your price is around $1,700, and this system right here is $16.99, which is all, you get that $50 off, by the way. If that one has run out, then look at this one for $18.99. But at that point, you might as well go for the $19.99 system that has 12700K and a 3070 Ti. That's a better deal than this. So sorry, CyberPower, you don't win that one. But let's look at this option right here. So this option has 11400F. Now I will say between a 3600, Ryzen 5 3600 and 11400F, you're likely to get better gaming performance from the 11400F. Just keep in mind, it is a locked processor. It is not overclockable. Just keep that in mind. But it was a great gaming processor. The 11400 was not bad for gaming. And you do get AC Wi-Fi in this, yada yada. You only get, though, 8 gigs of RAM. You know what? CyberPower, I tried. Forget this. Go back to this one right here. Forget that other one. 3600 with a B550 and no Wi-Fi in this, but you can add Wi-Fi. That's not a problem. If you're going to be gaming or streaming, get an Ethernet. A long Ethernet, 100-foot Ethernet cord is about $18 on Amazon for 100 feet with the little things to attach it to the wall. Just go that route if you can. And at 3060. Now, I do want to point out one honorable mention here. And that is, if you've had your eyes set on Maingear, they have select systems shipping before Christmas, guaranteed, and they have very nice looking systems. They're not the best on airflow, but that's kind of the theme here, right? There's only one system here that's actually really good on airflow. And it's got Braithorn in the name of it. I'm just sorry, I'm just still tickled by that. It's really cool. Anyway, whatever. Yeah, so 3060 Ti and a 5600X. $15.99. But yeah, they do cut a few corners here. You're looking at a 512 gig M.2 drive instead of a 1 terabyte. They do throw a 1 terabyte hard drive in there, but for most people who are just going to be gaming, a 1 terabyte M.2 drive is going to be enough for a while. Unless you play some really big games and you don't know how to like uninstall Steam games, because if you don't install Steam games, your save files are still there. You just reinstall it whenever you want to play it again. It's really not that bad. Plus the 500 watt power supply for a 3060 Ti is 100 watts under what NVIDIA recommends for a 3060 Ti. Maybe I shouldn't mention the system right underneath here where it has a 500 watt power supply still, but it has a 3070. Remember this, a system I was looking at before I started filming went out of stock while I was filming. Basically, most of these are good options. Not you, Maingear, you failed. If one of these runs out, you do have other options, okay? I'm gonna reiterate my message from last week's video. While you're out there shopping, or if you're calling in for customer service, or if you're having any issues with an order, doesn't matter who you ordered from or what you ordered. People working in retail and customer service right now are going through it. This is the hardest time of the year for them, and we want to make sure that we approach everyone with the kindness that we would wish for ourselves. Okay, that is whatever you believe and whatever you celebrate this month or any other month. Kindness should always be number one. Yay! Speaking of which, let's move on to the comment of the week. All right, comment of the week comes from Gary Clinky. Gary Clink, one of the two. Gary says, what are the specs on the Artesian computer? If you guys didn't see last week's video, go check out at around 1 minute 50, because I threw some teasers for the actual Artesian builds video that I'm gonna do based on the computer they built for me. And I'll tell you the specs. It is a 5900X, a Ryzen 9 5900X.
It is an EVGA for the Win 3 Ultra Gaming 3080 Ti. And it's 64 gigs of DDR4 3600 megahertz Trident Z Neo memory on an N7 B550 motherboard, which I think is one of the coolest looking motherboards, and it's got some really nice features to it too.
Which, by the way, it's back in stock. Yeah, these things were gone for months. And now that I have my build with mine in it, now they're back in stock. So I'm not special anymore.
It's got Linley AL120 unifans and an NZXT Z73 cooler with the screens.
You know what? If you want the specs, by the way, it's an 011 Dynamic XL in white for that case. If you want all the specs, I've listed them in my About tab on the channel. Just go check it out there. By the way, I have 18 terabytes of storage in this. I'm a content creator, I need that. But yeah, if you know what I'm gonna get together, I'm gonna try to put something somewhere on the Discord where I'll have links for all of these components if you want to do a matching build or something like that, or you can tell Artesian Build, hey, I want an exact build like that one. But yeah, you can find all the stuff that I use, including my recording equipment, streaming gear, and all of the components in this beautiful system right here. Again, thank you Artesian Builds, and thank you Swarm community for putting this thing in front of me. I've got all these things taken apart so I can send Cuddles the parts for his build. I took that other one apart, and yeah, sad to see it go, but yeah, it's going to a good cause, and Cuddles is gonna have a rad PC for editing on, so he doesn't have to edit on a laptop anymore. So Cuddles, my friend, I cannot wait to see this thing when it's done. But guys, yeah, that's gonna wrap it up for this video. And I'll see you guys again next Sunday. Be sure to like and subscribe. The liking thing, I don't even ask for the liking thing, but you know what? It helps a lot because I'm trying to help a lot of people be less stressed out for the holidays. So if you don't mind doing that, that'd be cool. And shout out in the comments below if you want a Braithorn Centurion PC. Like, come on. That is the coolest name for a PC ever. I mean, the Braithorn part's okay, but the Centurion? Heck yes. Yeah, and come to the stream every Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday around 8 p.m. Central. Twitch.tv/Braithorn is the place if you want one-on-one help with your own custom or pre-built computer. And until then, take care.